right, we want to get back to those long form questions. We start with the issue of our exclusive poll found really was the second most important to voters, that is after crime, and that would be education, an issue that is affecting all of us here. This next question from one of our media partners has to do with teacher pay.
I'm KATC anchor Taylor Toole. Louisiana ranks 43rd in the nation for average teacher salaries, according to the National Education Association. Governor John Bel Edwards proposed a permanent raise of $3,000 for educators. In the end, state legislators agreed to give teachers a one-time stipend of $2,000 and $1,000 stipend for support staff. If you were governor, would you give teachers a permanent raise? Why or why not?
All right, we want to start again with John Schroeder. You will have 1 minute to respond. Would you give teachers a permanent pay raise?
Absolutely, yes. I know the budget process and the ins and outs of the money as well as anybody, being your state legislator and for 9 years on the budget committee. I actually was on the education committee when we got teachers 8, 9 years ago, 10 years ago to the Southern average. Absolutely. I support we will find a permanent way to handle it. We'll also find a permanent way to raise the salaries of our state police, other law enforcement, the people who go and build our communities day in, day out. It's paramount. If we want more teachers, then we need to pay them. In the business world, that's how it works. That's what I bring to government. I run it like a business, just like I would want my employees treated at home. I treat them the same way. Teachers need to be respected, and one way to show that is through their pay. And you will recruit quality people when you pay them well.
All right, Sharon Hewitt.
Education is the silver bullet. It helps get families out of poverty, it puts people to work, and it starts with good, high-quality teachers, and they have to be paid. So in my administration, yes, teachers will be paid at or above the Southern average. That will be included in the MFP, the standard salary, not as a stipend. But we have to get our kids reading. I have done lots of work in the area of literacy. Right now, Louisiana is one of 3 states where our literacy scores have improved because we're back to teaching phonics. This year I began tackling math, numeracy skills. So our kids are learning the foundational math skills in 4th through 8th grade. Under my administration, we will move into a much more technology-rich education system. We will have computer classes, kindergarten through 12th grade. We will have computer coding at our high schools, and we will have our students prepared for the workforce of tomorrow.
All right, thank you, Ms. Hewitt. Stephen Wackersbach.
Yeah, it's a great question, and it's really responsive to what I'm hearing on the ground. When you talk to teachers of today, they're fraying at the seams. Pay is an important piece, and yes, we will make sure they are paid. It's funded in the MFP funding formula, and it's sustainable and annual. It has to be that way. But they're fraying at the seams also because of the mental health crisis in our schools. We're asking teachers today to be a counselor, a mental health coach, a career guidance, and sometimes a parent for these children. It's not sustainable. So we have to also inject in our schools other support staff around to take some of those burdens off of those teachers' back so they can focus on what's needed, elevating kids into reading and writing and young potential of the future workforce we need today. If we can take some of that paperwork and bureaucracy and pressure off their backs, give them sustainable funding, I think you'll see more of a rewarding experience for them, and you'll see them be able to be more impactful so they can focus on what they do well and what they signed up to do, which is teach the future generation of Louisiana.
All right, thank you so much for your answer there. Mr. Lundy?
I've said it on the radio, I've said it on the TV. We have to pay our teachers, we have to pay our law enforcement people, we have to pay our firemen. We're 43 in paying our teachers. We're 48 in paying our law enforcement. We're dead last in paying our firemen. So yes, they get a permanent raise. It's there. It's in the Constitution. We can give them the money, and we can give the supplemental pay to the policemen and the firemen. But you know, if we don't treat the people that take care of us the right way, how's the rest of the nation going to continue to look at us? And I'm telling you, that's the reason why we're the #1 poverty state in the nation, is because of the way everybody else looks at us, because we've got blight, we got bad problems, and we can fix it with education. So it starts young. I agree that we have to start when they're 3 years old. So we have to invest. I come from a family of educators, if you can't figure that out. Kindergarten teachers. Sister's retired, my mother was one, a college professor. My daughter teaches in the community college. We have to start when they were 3. We got to get them, a child's brain is formed 80% by the time they're 3, 90% by the time they're 4, so we have to start right then and there.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Lundy. Sean Wilson.
Well, just respectfully, I thought I was supposed to go first on that one, but that's okay. Let me just tell you this. I'm a product of the public school system. I grew up in public schools, went to public universities. More importantly, I've been married to Rocky, my wife, for 28 years. She started off in early childhood education. She's now an assistant principal, and she's been a teacher for many years in between. I know firsthand the plight of our teachers, and the idea that there's deflection around, are we going to make it a commitment and a real commitment, is scary. The fact that everyone wants to talk about changing education, but no one wants to talk about how do you sustain that. If you talk about paying at the Southern Regional average, you're just paying at the top of the bottom half. We need to develop a system that we guarantee teachers the salaries that they need to be attractive. The fact that we've got some teachers in our state starting off at $37,000 is laughable. If we want them to stay in Louisiana and work for our children and educate our babies, we need to make sure we pay them. That is what it takes, and it's going to take a governor like Sean Wilson to put it in the Constitution, to make sure they get paid and that they have regular increases in the process, give them the certainty that they deserve.